Welcome to Next Week Now. My name is... Wait, why do you want to... No, why is my name so important to you? Like, Jesus, come on, man! You know, fine. You can just call me Clevin. Yeah, I'll go with Clevin. Hi, my name's Clevin. Last week, Samsung revealed their newest phone, the Galaxy Fold. The Fold phone has a feature that no other phone contains. It folds. The Galaxy Fold folds. That's right, the new phone folds in half, vertically, allowing the user to seamlessly transition from phone to tablet. This new feature seems to be extremely innovative and groundbreaking for the technology market, or so it appears. In an exclusive report by Next Week Now, it turns out that the technology is becoming more retrograde and moving back in time. We're predicting that the United Nations will discover that the planet has hidden foldable features this entire time. I know this is a lot to take in, and you're probably wondering how this is all even possible, but everything I say will be proven true by next week, or else Keegan Zipper will commit seppuku on stage during what we missed. The UN will first discover this by noticing a giant dip in the middle of the meeting floor. When all of the members simultaneously pull up on it at once, the world will begin to fold into a new supergiant, revealing that revealing all the previously undiscovered countries. Stay with me here. Upon visiting these countries, the UN will discover that their civilizations are much more advanced than all of ours, and we could learn a lot from their people. Unfortunately, all of their citizens will be killed immediately from diseases that they have yet to build up immunities for. For fun, let's list them. Smallpox, polio, measles, Hep B, Hep A, and who could forget good old reliable Hepatitis D. Oh, silly me, the plague. All of which is good news for the other countries, because now we can pillage their land for ourselves! Upon discovering that the Earth has a smartphone feature, the UN will begin to wonder what other smartphone features our planet might contain. First, they'll send 2 teams, one to the North Pole and then one to Antarctica. When they both reach their destinations in the center, the teams will jump at the same time and take a screenshot of Earth. This, coincidentally, is how Google Earth exists. The next discovery that they'll make is that the Earth has a flashlight feature, and it's called global warming. We just forgot to turn it off. All these years. Who'd have thunk it? Lastly, scientists will discover that this means that the moon, I know what you're thinking, there is no moon, or the moon doesn't fold out at least, but there's actually 2 moons, one on each side of the planet, and they kind of work as like an AirPod situation. Finally, scientists will discover the true size of the Earth. Not only is it bigger than Jupiter, it's bigger than the sun itself. The size of the Earth, in fact, takes up most of our entire universe. But no matter how large the Earth may be, it's still not big enough to hold Yo-Mama. Now this week, Ethan Lindenberger spoke in front of the Senate on a committee for preventable disease.
Hold up. No. All right, enough of this crap. Please get out of the seat.
Okay.
I need to talk about something I am very, very passionate about: petting my dolphin. Recently, GQ magazine put out an article titled "Why Straight Men Are Joining Masturbation Clubs." Yes, you heard that right. Masturbation clubs. Mwah. These clubs consist of men meeting up together, sitting in a circle, and making the bald man cry. Most men that were open to talking about their experience in these clubs explained to their toxically masculine peers that they're not gay at all. Rather, it's a rite of passage and an essential part in the teenage male bonding ritual. And that it's common for teenage boys to communally choke the chicken. The article goes on to mention how in a study it found that around 20% of men had engaged in group buddy baiting during adolescence. Because, after all, isn't everyone just looking for some Conrads to march under the same flagpole? I can tell you from a friend's experience, my experience, that when you're in public at a hockey game, there's a much bigger penalty for icing. While their peers might think masturbating with other men is gay, many club goers see it as a way of destroying toxic masculinity. While only about 10% of these members in these clubs identify as straight, 100% of identified these clubs as a place for bros to be bros. In Seattle, there's Rain City Jacks Club, where the creator even went on to say that you can tell when a member is straight because it's easy for him to focus on the penis but not be physically affectionate. Even straight members who attend say that looking at or touching another penis may almost be besides the point. Masturbation clubs actually provide many benefits for these straight men. They offer validation that their totally female partners may not offer, such as compliments with their genitals in a totally dude way. Men that like to go to the club, they like to note that this isn't much different than guys popping the hood and comparing engines. And that, yes, exactly, and that jack-off clubs are basically the same as going to a strict club and getting a lap dance at the same time as your friend, or having sex in the same room as your male roommate during college. I mean, except that this situation doesn't involve any women, but that's separate. Members see this as a way not only for men to have sex with other men, but rather defeating toxic masculinity and a way for men to enact their most taboo desires and self-love. Many straight men feel as though they can't touch other men without experiencing homophobia, and that these clubs create a safe space. Even though these men still identify as straight, they'll play with another guy, even though they prefer women. We here at Next Week Now predict that these men will continue to live straight lives. Honestly, it doesn't take us to predict this. The men will continue to go to their clubs and jack off with Jack, to continue to break down toxic masculinity. They will even take things further. They will gladly divorce their wife Sharon of 12 years and marry Kyle from Pickle City Men, if that's what it takes. They will spend every waking second with this man, moving in together, going on dates, having sex, and everything in between to show that, yes, straight men can have sex and date other straight men without being gay. While some may think that this is mainly for pleasure, these men think otherwise. And to prove that, they'll even start to raise children together, in which they establish these core ideas to them, making them understand that no man is gay, rather just curious and content with their sexuality. These men will spend their whole lives together if that's what it takes, even dying in each other's arms, giving another their last kiss, and with their last breath saying simultaneously, "Now homo." For final thoughts on this, we'd like to say that while these men aren't gay, your mom sure is. What? That's about all I have to say on that.
All right, I'll make you a deal. If I let you keep this skull, can I have the seat back?
Oh, hell yeah, man. Rock and roll!
All right. Whew. Speaking of abusing and using somebody's skull, Yo-Mama. Anyway, Next Week Now correspondent Sam Mathis has the story.